And today on the Tacomaholic channel, I'm going to show you how to remove the inside door panels on a second gen, specifically a later second gen double cab Tacoma. You might ask yourself, why on earth would you want to remove the door panels? We'll get to that in just a second. Tripped over this box. Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everybody. If this is your first time stopping by and you love everything related to Tacomas, go ahead and subscribe now. It'll help you out and it'll certainly help me out. Alright guys, today I am going to show you how to remove the inner entire door panel. This is all one piece, both on the front and the rear door on a second gen double cab Tacoma. And you might ask yourself, why would you want to remove this? Well, I've got some sound deadening material I need to install before it gets cold, but specifically I'm going to do a bit of a speaker upgrade. So that will probably be the next video, so stay tuned for that. But before we get started, just a few basic tools to do this install.
What?
And by install, I mean panel removal. Okay, first up you will need some plastic trim removal tools, a few flathead and Phillips head screwdrivers, and some types of pliers like these, needle nose or regular electrical pliers. Either one will work. If you do not have any of these things, links for everything down in the description below, and we're gonna hop right in because it looks like it's gonna pour any second. Let's see if I can get it started without getting drenched. All right guys, we are gonna begin with the front door because there's a few more steps in the front door versus the back, so this one's harder if you will, though it is certainly super easy. First step, take a poker or your screwdriver. There is a little tab right here. You're just gonna push the middle. This might pop out, it might not. If it doesn't just pop out when you push the tab in, just take your plastic trim removal tool, get it under there, and pop it loose. With that tab removed, go ahead and take the same plastic trim removal tool right in here where the inside of the handle is. That is super dark. There is a tab in here. You will pop that loose. That will expose a Phillips head screw. And you're going to do the same exact thing right in here in the bottom handle. Pop the plastic tab cover open. It'll expose another screw. Go ahead and remove both of those screws. This plastic thing, it is sort of hard to get with the trim removal tool, so you could use a screwdriver with a longer neck on it. Just be careful not to scratch up the plastic too bad. That's why I always recommend getting a set of these removal tools anyway so you don't mess up your interior. Keep it looking as pretty as possible. With those screws out, next, this triangular piece up here on the inside of where your mirror attaches, we are just going to pull this free. It usually pops right off. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. So this pops right off. There are 3 of these white tabs right here. Sometimes they can come loose, and I am missing one. You might have noticed it fell on the inside, so I have no idea where that is. Be careful not to get these loose and have them drop in there. They sort of shake around. It's super annoying. You could take like some needle nose pliers and pinch them together and pull them out if you wanted, and go ahead and reinstall them on the back of the panel and then slap the whole panel on when you're putting the door panel back on. But for now, just take that panel off. For the next step, again, take your plastic trim removal tool. I told you these things are awesome. You're gonna pop up this, it's black on mine. I think on the earlier second gens, this piece is like the grayish color, but it's black on mine. It's where you have your lock and your window button. Just take it. On mine, there's a slightly larger gap right here, so you can pop that under. You can see it comes up relatively easy. Once that's started, just go ahead and lift the whole thing loose. When you have this loose, that will expose the connections for the locking mechanism and the window. So go ahead and, if you can get those off by hand, I usually can't. I just use like the needle nose pliers or something. Go ahead and pull those off carefully. Don't damage any of the wires, of course, and that will completely free up this black piece, which you will put to the side. With that black plastic piece removed, go ahead and make sure those wire harnesses are tucked in there, because we are just going to pop the door panel free now. There's just a few tabs holding it on. You should be able to do this by hand. If not, again, take that plastic trim removal tool, start at the bottom and sort of get it in here between the gray plastic. It's sort of easier to start here at the corner between the gray plastic and this is the painted door. This is actually metal. That's why I recommend using the plastic tool so you don't scratch that. I'm trying to feel around right here in the middle. There's a few holes you can sort of just, I'm going to see if I can do this holding the camera. Actually, right back here towards the truck, the bottom corner. Easiest to get all your fingers in there. I'm going to give it a little pull. These are just plastic tabs, so don't worry when you hear the loud noise. All right, so once you get that first one, if the noise came up on camera, just move out to the side and do the same thing, up a little, and then back down on the bottom. Get to the corner, and just work your way all the way up, pulling all the tabs. Just use a little bit of force, it's not too bad. Once all those tabs are off, you can see the whole door is loose. It is sort of tucked in up here on the channel, so just grab the handle, lift the whole door off. Right like that. Again, make sure those wire harnesses aren't snagged on anything, and that is the front door panel removal.
Back door action.
Okay, for the rear door, we are going to start off exactly the same. You're going to take your screwdriver, there's a push tab right there, go ahead and depress the middle, and again, pull the whole tab right out. And when this tab is removed, we are going to remove this plastic piece. Again, just fingers right there. You should be able to pull it free. A little difficult one-handed, but you get the idea. Easier if you start at the top and just sort of come down. All right, this one, you've got two of those white tabs, one at the top, one in the middle, and then a tab right here. I didn't see a clip in there. I'm wondering if I also dropped one in there. But yep, it looks like it is on the back, so just be aware of those again, and that piece is out of the way. Similar to the front door, next up we are going to take that plastic trim removal tool, remove the tab right here on the door, take the screw out there. On the bottom grab handle, there's no actual tab covering the screw, so go ahead and remove the screw down there. And when the screw is removed from this handle, you will actually just pull that whole thing out and get this one out of the way. I'm actually going to put the screws in here so they're not rolling around anywhere, so that might be a little tip to help you keep track of the hardware. Okay, for the next step, we do have the lock right here that is plugged in, but you can't really access it through the hole right here. So similar to the front door, at this point we are just going to pop all the tabs free to get this loose enough so we can pull the door off, but then we will have to take the needle nose pliers or the electrical pliers and pull this connection off. That part's sort of a pain. I'll show you on camera. I'll put it on a tripod, because you actually just have to hold the panel, get your arm in from the back, and remove the connection. And at this point, just make sure you have a good hold on the door, sort of shake it and lift it right up. You can see the whole panel is loose now, and however is comfortable for you, I just sort of hold the door like this, make sure you got a good hold on it, reach your arm back in here and unplug that connection. And there it is, guys. Both door panels are removed. Now, I try to keep my truck relatively clean, but I mean, you can see right here, I'm amazed at how sort of dusty and stuff it gets back here. So before I do that speaker install, I am going to go ahead and clean up a little bit. I'll probably do the sound deadening material in a later video, just because I want to do one thing at a time, but that is the door panel removal for both doors in a double cab 2nd Gen Tacoma. All right, everybody, quick tutorial video today showing you how to take the panels out, and I even beat the weather. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow, and consider subscribing if you have not done so already. Stay tuned for that speaker install video coming soon. I know you guys will love that one. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.